So for the card I'm going to be making today, I'm using the Lavinia watercolour card. I'm cutting a piece to fit onto a 6x6 card. So to do that, I make the most of the paper, that the card that I've actually got. I've cut at 14.5 centimetres across here, and I've cut this strip off all the way down. Then I've measured at 14.5, which is this piece here, which fits beautifully onto your 6x6 card. The other piece that you cut off will have a little bit more, and you can trim that down to fit your card just by trimming this little bit off here. So that makes the most of your A4 sheet. Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I'm going to show you how I've made this lovely Spring Wreath card, and I'm using watercolour card base to do it, mainly because I liked the yellow background for it. So I've cut that down to fit onto a 6x6 card, and I'm going to start with the leaf flourish, the left, and I'm stamping that in Shady Lane. So here we go, just gently ink that up and put that there, I think. Gentle bit of pressure just to get that ink down. Lovely. Hasn't come out quite right there, but that's not a problem because we're going to infill later. And then I'm coming across onto the left flourish. Just to make my nice little wreath circle. I'll put that there. And there we go. We've got our wreath shape. So not quite round, but not to worry because we're going to fill that out with lots of things in a moment. I'm just going to let that dry for a second, and then I'm going to use Sundance on the elements. So I'm just going to add a little bit of colour around the edge of the wreath. Little speck there, let's get rid of that. Gently go around in a circle. I'm coming inside the wreath as well and outside. That's lovely. And then just to add a little bit more colour, I'm going to do the same with olive. Just pop that out of the way. Brush has got a life of its own. Gently round the outside of that. There we are, that's the basis of our wreath. Now I'm going to start with the mini stamps. I'm going to use a lot of mini stamps today, and this is the Clover, and I'm using the green Oasis in the Versafine there. Oops, look at that, terrible. Right, just wipe my hands a minute because that will just be going everywhere otherwise. There we are, nice and clean, ready to go again. So it's quite a bright colour, this green Oasis. I'm just going to pop some of these down periodically. Nicely spaced out. So some are going slightly outside, some are going slightly inside the circle. Makes it look a little bit more natural. Well, I think we'll go with that. The next one I'm going to use is the... I've lost it. Where have you gone? Found it. Right, so we're going to go with Mini Leaf 1. And I'm going with the same colour again. Just pop that on that way. But I don't want this quite so dark, so I'm just going to stamp off with this one. It's my little bit of scrap paper and take the second impression. Again, some inside and some outside the circle. And there, I think. There's my little stamp off sheet there, look. So just slowly starting to build up the wreath. Do I need any more? Yes, I'm going to come back into that one again because that's looking a bit pale and sad. That's better. Okay, so that takes care of all the greenery. And then I've got the mini creeper. And I'm going to use the Warm Breeze for that. I'll go straight in with the blue on this one. Again, stamping some in and some outside the circle. Just going to take that little bit off there. Bit of ink. Sorry, out of shot. Let's pull you back in again. Perhaps another one here. There we are. That's that done. Pop my lid back on. Now then, I'm just going to take a little pencil, and I've got a green Derwent watercolour here, number 26, and I'm going to colour the little open areas on the wreath itself. So nothing too exciting. That just helps to add that little bit of greenery to make the leaf look full up. Obviously you can make this any colour that you like, but I just fancy something a little bit green and fresh after all the Christmas winter ones that we've been doing, all the blues and the whites and the darker colours. Right, there's that. And the thing I did forget to do was my brush hose. So I'm coming back to those now, and I've got yellow and leaf green. So again, that just adds a little bit more interest into the background. Oh, I'm so sorry. Right, let's get my brush. And again, bring this in a little bit of scrap. So I don't want anything too big and blobby. So I'm just going to take some off and just very gently put in a few splits and splats here, look. So that's the yellow. Now I always keep mine in these lovely little jars. You can buy them in some of the cheap shops. Mine came from Home Bargains. They have jam in them. And I keep all my brush hose mixed up in those. Again, take a little bit off and come back in. So I wanted quite a lot of splats, but not great big ones, if that makes sense. Tiny little bit in the middle of the green. So before I do too much more, I really need to let that dry. So I'm just going to do that now, and then I will come back to you. Now that that's all dried, I'm now going to stamp on my little flowers. These are the little mini flowers, and I'm going to come in with the Glamourous in the Versafine Clair for that. So we can get the lid off. I'm going to put lots of these flowers in because I really want it to be nice and full. So again, just work your way round. You can always put more in a bit later if we don't like the look, just to fill the wreath up a bit more. So you can see I'm turning the card this time. I need something here. I wasn't very happy with that leaf there, so I'm just going to stamp over that with the lovely red flowers. Now I've put that down, I can infill where I think the wreath needs shaping out a bit more. Make it a little bit rounder. We need one here. Do we need any more? Possibly there. Lovely. So that's that done. So I just need to let that dry again. To speed that up, I'm just going to blot it. Lovely. And then I'm coming back in again with my Sundance. Just to fill out the wreath a bit more. There we go. And that's just bringing it to life a little bit more. And again, I'm going to come in with the olive. Take a fair bit of that off. I don't want great big splodges of that. Just gently round the edge. That just, again, fills it out. A bit more in the middle. Lovely. Job done. Right, clean my work surface down a bit because I know what happens there. Everything is in danger of getting smudged. Right, there we go. So that's that done. So I want to add my little snail with my happy birthday message across the bottom. And there he is there, look. And he's in red and black. And the birthday wishes written down the side there. And I've actually used a black pen topped with a little gel pen just to give that a little bit of a snail-like look. So I just need to decide which way up I want my card. I think that's the way to do that. Now, to do the snail, I'm going to cover him all in red. I checked out the browns and the blacks and I decided red would be quite nice because it brings in the red from the flowers. So there's that one. And then I'm taking my black Nocturn and I'm just very gently using the corner of the ink pad to touch the bits that I want coloured black. So I'm just going over the top of that very, very gently. Just takes a little bit of patience. And then you can get your two-tone snail. So I think I just need a touch more there and then he's ready to go. I'm just going to pop him down here. Just give him a second or two for that ink to soak into the card. Just thought it'd make a change to have a nice little snail. I don't use him very often. There he is. Lovely. And then our birthday wishes. Again, I'm doing in black. In the Nocturn. So try and line him up roughly with this. Across the other side, and I'm going to pop that down there. Obviously, you can put whatever message you like on yours. I'm just doing this as a birthday card. And obviously, you can place this any way you like as well. Beautiful. So then my little black uni ball with that. Just going to do a little snail trail. A few little dots. And you can see that's a bit higher. So all I've done with that is just joined it up there. So it looks like the snail came and did that. Let that dry for a second or two. And then I'm going to edge the card. So back to my Sundance. Just going to bring that in from the edges as we go round. This is great, this little mat. You can just bring the ink in from the edges. Right, there's that. And then I'm coming back to my olive. Oops, the lid isn't on properly. Right, there we go, olive. Incidentally, the only reason I'm using the smaller brush for this one is because I don't have a big green one. So I've used the medium size. And the two colours together are really lovely and fresh. It's quite a yellow green, this one. Do I need a bit more? Yes, a bit more down there. Okay, that's that done. Again, I'm quickly going to clear my ink up. And then we can carry on. And now it's just a matter of doing the final touches. I have my white pen, my Signo Uniball in white. So I'm just going to come through and put some little highlights onto the berries, or the creeper, I should say. And all these little bits are just enough to finish the card off. Finishing touches. There. I also have a green jelly roll, and I'm just going to pop this onto the Clover. Just do little lines into each of those little leaves. And you can't really see this on the video, but it does sparkle in real life, and it just, as I said, finishes off everything. I'm not being too particular about it. That's the end of that. I'm coming back to my white. I'm just going to do a little centre into the centre of each of these little flowers. There, that's that one done. And then with my silver jelly roll, I'm just going to do a little bit on the top of the black here, just to give that snail trail a bit of sparkle. And there we have it. A lovely, nice spring wreath. Mount it up how you like. And I would like to say thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you again next time. Bye now.